Hello students, today we are going to see the grammar part of particles, gerunds and infinitives. Let's get inside. Verbals, participles, gerunds and infinitives. What is a verbal? A verbal is a word derived from verb that functions in a sentence as a noun or a modifier rather than as a verb. And this verbal is a verb where it acts in different kinds of parts of speech. There are three verbals. They are gerunds, infinitives, and participles. And these three are formed from verbs. They are never used alone as action words in sentences. Instead, they function as nouns, adjectives, or adverbs. These verbals are important in phrases. So, see, there is a picture where you could understand. Is it a verb or a verbal? Waxed, flowing, playing, sleeping. All these can be verbs or a verbal depending upon how they are used in a sentence. What are participles? A participle is a verb form that can be used as an adjective to modify nouns and pronouns. For example, the children crying and exhausted were guided out of the collapsed house. Holding the torch steadily, Jenny approached a monster. So here you could see crying and exhausted as well as holding the torch steadily is underlined. So it modifies a verb. It can be modifying a pronoun too. So there are three forms of participles: present participle, past participle, perfect participle. So one by one we can see. So what is a present participle? It is adding ing to the original form of the main verb. So here there are three forms where the present participle can be seen. So how it functions is first as a verb, that means in a continuous tense. I am reading a novel. The children were playing in the park. So in these sentences, they are in the form of present and past continuous. So ing form of verbs here used in a continuous form. So this we can tell as present participle. Then as a verb and an adjective, the second. So here in these upcoming sentences such as seeing that you are busy, I went to the other window. Knowing that this is harmful, we should keep away from this. Here seeing and knowing. So here it works or acts as a verb as well as an adjective according to the sentence. As an adjective, when it works before a noun. This is an interesting book. Book is a noun and it acts before the book as an adjective. The rising sun often fascinates me. Here the sun is noun where it is used as an adjective before the before the noun. So past participle we take. The third form of the verb is called as past participle. Examples: frozen, loaded. So where these past participle are used, it is used as a verb, it is used as an adjective. So here when it works as a verb, has devoted, not interested. Here it acts as a third form of a verb, devoted, interested. Here it acts, has devoted as a perfect tense. Again, it works as a past participle, devoted, interested. So next is as a verb as well as an adjective. Charmed with her looks, Kunal tried to talk to her. Fully excited, the student shouted with joy. Charmed as well as fully excited. These two are here past participle, charmed as well as excited. Here they are used or act as a verb as well as an adjective. Little more example for using as an adjective is the Marians saw a dead child at the bank of the river. They felt that it was an enchanted pool. Here, this dead as well as enchanted is an adjective. So, as we are seeing the participle form, we just saw present participle, past participle, now as a perfect participle. In this perfect participle, it shows that the action is complete either at some time in the past or at present. So, in one sentence, two actions. Having walked continuously, I am fully exhausted now. So, one point is that the action actually finished just either at the moment or the past. So, having walked continuously, I am fully exhausted now. So, as he walked previously, the action which happened little bit earlier, the reaction comes now. So, having lost his wallet, he had to ask help for help. He asked others for help. Having collected enough matter, you can now write your essay. Mr. Chawla wants to retire from his business having earned a huge wealth. Here, having walked, having lost, having collected, having earned, all these are considered to be the perfect participle. Here you could understand the difference of present, past and perfect participle. So first is a verb, next present participle, past participle and perfect participle is given. Here when you could see that regular and irregular forms of verbs are given. When you add ing with these kind of verbs, it becomes present participle. When you add either like irregular forms, you will be adding according to that participle. Paint, painted, dressed, changed, read, taken, seen. So these are the past tense way we are using or the participle form where we are using for this kind of verb. So perfect participle, when it changes into a perfect participle, you will be adding having along with it. So having plus V3 form of verb, we use as perfect participle. I think so you could understand the differentiation now, how you are differentiating present participle, past participle and perfect participle. Now let's go into gerund. Gerund, what is that? It is an verb which ends with ing and functions in a sentence as a noun. Almost, if you take both the present participle and gerund are formed the ing form of verbs. But the only difference is the participle does the job of an adjective, while gerund does the job of a noun. So now here, the children crying and exhausted. That is the first sentence. Next sentence, if you take, crying will not get you anywhere. What is the difference between these two sentences? The first sentence modifies, crying modifies the subject. And in the next sentence, crying is the subject in the second sentence. So, the first sentence comes as a participle and second sentence acts as a gerund. Remember that always gerund will be acting as a noun, like it will be coming or placed before a noun, okay, or it does the job of a noun, but participle is not like that. So gerunds may include the negative such as not. And if you take little more examples of gerund, You could see here how it resembles a noun. Jumping is fun. He likes skiing. She has a unique way of whistling. Jane enjoys gardening. Here, everything just resembles the noun. Here, you can use a gerund as a subject, complement, as well as an object in a sentence. In three parts, it will be coming. When it comes as a subject in a sentence, it comes at the starting of the sentence by telling or by as indicating is as a subject. Reading helps you learn English. Her favorite hobby is reading, where it comes as a complement in a sentence. And in the last, it comes or acts as an object. I enjoy reading. So, a gerund can act in three different ways in a sentence, either in a subject form or complement or in an object manner. So, what are infinitives? Infinitive is the base form of a verb. Usually, it functions as a noun, although it can also function as an adjective or adverb. So, I don't like crying in public unless I'm getting paid for it. I don't like to cry in public unless I'm getting paid for it. Now you can compare the first two sentences. In the first sentence, the gerund crying just serves or tells as an or act as a direct object. But in the second sentence, it became an infinitive, to infinitive as to cry. And it also resembles the same function. So, I like to ski. So here, the direct object of the verb is like. She had a suggestion to offer. The adjective modifying the suggestion. He called to warn her. Here, called is actually is a verb which modifies the adverb warn. Okay. So, infinitives can be negative even by adding not. I decided not to go. The most important thing is not to give up. See, here are some verbs along with infinitive, and here are some verbs in another column with gerund. So, agree. She agreed to speak before the game. Same way, when you add with gerund, they enjoyed working on the boat. So, how it is placed? These verbs can be added with infinitive to infinitive, or you can add these verbs with a gerund. It's up to you. So, my dear children, here are few exercises for your homework or for your go through. Just see to this presentation, and if you have doubt, just go through again. And you can do these exercises of your own and check it, your knowledge. Thank you. Have a nice day.